The Starbucks quote unquote union is one of the most hilarious things that gets reported on. It is represented as being this massive part of Starbucks' workforce, right? They have this immense power. Oh, the Starbucks union came out and said something, so Starbucks should listen. When the reality is that the Starbucks union represents less than 2% of the entire workforce of Starbucks. They have 10, 20,000 employees and a few hundred people in these unions. But the news loves to prop up. By the way, bro, you put coffee in a cup. Do you really need a union? I mean, I get it. I do support workers fighting for their rights, seriously. But bro, you work at a coffee shop, not a coal mine. If you don't like it, go get a different job. You know, and I think Starbucks does offer people like, pretty good, they give health insurance to part-time employees. Like, it's actually not a bad place to work. So I'm not exactly sure what they're whining about, but nonetheless, they're on strike and it's hilarious. By the way, only one reminder today, promo code EARLYBIRD. Get your Christmas shopping done early with coffeebrandcoffee.com. We have gift boxes that are all 10% off. I'm not going to discount it more during Cyber Monday or Black Friday. They sell out every year. And that's why I'm pushing it earlier. I know people are like, ugh, I'm not thinking about Christmas yet. Okay, cool. But if you've got like that uncle or aunt or a husband or wife or a coworker at work that you know they like coffee, tea, or cocoa, you can pick up one of our pre-built gift boxes. It comes ready to gift. You just stick a bow on it, hand it to them. I've got you covered. You can also custom build it. We have nearly a dozen different premium snacks that you can mix in. We have all sorts of stuff, peppermint bark, all this stuff. Promo code EARLYBIRD. Pick up a couple, get a couple people handled for Christmas so you don't have to stress about it. Starbucks baristas strike on Red Cup Day over scheduling and staffing. Now, the internet would have you believe that every Starbucks in the world was shut down, except that is hilariously not the case. Red Cup Day is apparently the day that everyone goes to Starbucks because the cups are red, not because their quality's better. You know, you can still make your coffee with Coffee Brand Coffee. You can make lattes at home. You can make mochas at home. You can make espresso at home. Don't have to give money to this woke company. But Starbucks baristas strike on Red Cup Day. Well, thousands of baristas at more than 200 Starbucks locations walked off the job on Thursday in hopes of shutting down stores to protest the coffee giant's bargaining practices over scheduling and staffing. Again, you make coffee for a living and you get paid pretty well for it. It's not supposed to be a career. It's supposed to be a job for college kids with nose rings. The coordinated work stoppage, expected to hit stores in 40 states nationwide, coincides with the coffee giant's Red Cup Day, one of the company's busiest days of the year. When company shops give out red reusable cups to customers who order holiday beverages. Still, compared with Starbucks' overall footprint in the United States, disruptions to customers were relatively small. The work stoppage is expected to be larger than last year's strike on the same day, but amounts to only 2% of Starbucks' 9,000 locations. 2%. Leaders of Starbucks Workers United. And just so you know who the people who are in Starbucks Workers United, these are people I believe that supported, that celebrated, indirectly things that happened in Israel at the music festival. They're basically, pro-Hamas weirdos who just pretend that it's all about the Palestinian people. But that's neither here nor there. Leaders of Starbucks Workers United. The union has organized more than 360 locations of the past year, say that the company is illegally stalling and thwarting the bargaining process for Workers' First contract. They are specifically demanding that the company make adjustments to ease stress on workers during big promotional sales, event days when stores devolve into chaos with giant backlogs of orders. Well, I mean, just raise prices. It's such a simple problem to fix. You raise prices, you get less buyers, you get less stress. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's like business 101. I quote, I think Starbucks thinks this movement isn't going to get any bigger. It's not. That we're not strong. You're not. Says Jasmine Leli, a striking barista in Buffalo. but we are in this fight. We're not going anywhere. Well, the fact of the matter is, we want safer working conditions. You make coffee. You don't work in a steel mill. And here's the hilarity. We have nearly 10,000 stores open right now, delighting our customers with the joy of Red Cup Day. Andrew Trull, a Starbucks spokesman, said in a statement. There are also a few dozen stores with some partners on strike, and more than half of them are open anyway. I mean, like, they have zero impact. These people are LARPing. Workers are also demanding Starbucks turn off mobile ordering. What? These are delusional demands. The company, so Trull's statement added that the company remains ready to progress in-person negotiations and hopes that the union's priorities will shift to include the shared success of our partners. By the way, Starbucks gave everyone in the company who's not in a union a nice juicy raise just the other day too, which is hilarious. Workers are also demanding Starbucks turn off mobile orders on future promotion days, which they say creates a pile-up of orders when stores are understaffed and left baristas expected to handle walk-in, drive-through, and delivery orders. Oh my God. You are hired to make coffee and they want you to make coffee? The monsters! The absolute cheek of it! You gotta be, I mean, what? Quote, someone and 20 of their friends can put in a mobile order, and then a barista is doing the work of 2 or 3 people. Well, it's a mess at the end of the day. Okay. Oh my God. First of all, again, all you do is you increase the prices of mobile orders and then you staff up accordingly. You don't turn them off. Only a moron would say that. Turn off orders? No, raise prices and add more staff. Also, if your expectation is in 2023, everybody ordering Starbucks is going to pull into that store and sit around on the waiting room or in the tiny little Starbucks location while you make their coffee, you're being absurd. Nobody wants to do that anymore. And the reality is, if you turn off mobile orders, people are just going to mobile order from Dunkin', or they're going to mobile order from some other place where they don't have to stand there with their thumb up their butt and wait for some brat to make their $7 latte. Like, that's not how it works. The only reason that Starbucks saw a big resurgence, in my opinion, recently is because of mobile ordering. I saw it in real time when I was at the office. When I went into the office, people were nuts. There was a Starbucks like across the street. People were sitting on their phones ordering coffee all day long. All day. And they would never have ordered that coffee. They would never have left work to order that coffee if it wasn't on the mobile app. So, I mean, if you think Starbucks is turning that off, you're dumber than I thought you were. And the strike arrives as union workers in other industries such as auto manufacturing, entertainment, and healthcare have been walking off the job by the thousands and winning strong union contracts with record wage increases. Most recently, auto workers of the big 3 Detroit automakers won a 25% raises over the next 4.5 years. That's wild. That's unsustainable. Congratulations to them for winning that. But, they're going to pass that cost on to the customer, and foreign car makers are going to just gobble up more market share. Leela and her, as said, she and her coworkers have been waiting months to receive a response from Starbucks, their most recent proposal. Starbucks doesn't care about you. Your union is too small. It's degrading. Starbucks workers launched strike on Red Cup Day, the largest work stoppage in company history. But it's not. The media's presenting this as it's like some huge thing, and Starbucks all across the world were shut down. And you're talking about 15 stores worldwide. That's all it was. 15 stores worldwide. And by the way, everyone who's not in the union just got a pay raise. Starbucks announces 3% pay raise for new benefits for non-union baristas. They're just going to keep paying more to, like, okay, here's a raise. Now, again, 3% is garbage. I mean, if you're making $10 an hour, you make $10.30 an hour. It's not anything to write home about, and it's not life-changing. It's something, but it doesn't even offset inflation these days. You have, you could get 5% if you'd been there a while. So, 5% if you're making $20 an hour is $1. I guess it's an extra $40 a week. That's not nothing. But if you're making $20 an hour to make coffees, you're already way overpaid. So they gave 3% pay raises for all hourly employees, first ever a barista championship. They got vacation time can be accrued sooner, 90 days after a barista is hired, coming in February. I mean, imagine getting paid vacation when you make coffee for a living. I'm not trying to degrade these people. I'm just saying that they don't need a union. The coffee makers union is hilarious to me. Steelworkers, people who work in hazardous areas, iron workers, electricians, okay, that I'll listen to. But you make coffee. I mean, this is a kid's job. It's not supposed to be a career. This is one of these things that always pissed me off. Like, I worked retail my whole life. I worked at Walmart too, and all these people worked at Walmart whining and complaining about wages, and they want, I think I made $7.35 an hour because I worked in electronics. That was the highest paid position you could get at Walmart as starting pay. And it was like, everyone there was always like, oh, trying to secretly unionize. You're not supposed, same thing with McDonald's. Pay people more at McDonald's. Why? You're flipping burgers. By the way, how's that working out for you? You're getting automated. These are not supposed to be careers. They're supposed to be jobs. And they're supposed to get you by. There's this fantasy that you should be able to work at Starbucks and buy a house is insane to me. Maybe I'm being completely callous. I mean, but when I was in high school, kids worked this job. I never saw adults in my life working at Starbucks. They were all kids. And same with McDonald's. Kids from my high school worked at McDonald's. Then they went to college or they went to trade school and they got a career, or, they got real jobs. This whole thing, like, I mean, these kids just have too much time. They're probably getting paid too much money. And I just think it's funny. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.